Hi there, my presentation going to be about so extended project presented by Maid Hashimi. So in my extended project I'll be talking about my research question, and then I will move on to my primary research, where I have conducted my primary research in a form of a questionnaire and also a one-to-one interviews. However, after that I'm gonna be moving on to the information gathered in my primary research and my secondary research and so on. Once I'm finished with my primary research, I'll be comparing my primary and secondary research so we can see if they meet each other or not. Then we'll move into the conclusion, and after that it's gonna be a few short period for question and answering. So my research question was based on what is better in specification and design, iPhone or Galaxy. So as you guys should be aware, iPhone is an Apple products and Galaxy is Samsung's. So this table here shows all the specification and feature you need to be aware of during my presentation, which is the display. As we can see from here, Samsung obviously got a much better display, as it has a 1440 times 2560 pixels. We also need to be aware of the processor, storage, camera, battery, connectivity, and operating system, obviously. So let's move on to my primary research. So in my primary research, as I said before, I'm gonna be conducting a survey where I'll be asking a group of people around my college and within my classmates as well. I'm gonna be also holding a one-to-one interviews with a smartphone specialist. I'll be asking him a few questions and get the feedback needed, and so on and so on. So the first survey I conducted, the target of the survey was to find out what operating system is better, iOS or Android. So within my survey I've included 120 participants, so they were both male and females. The age group I intended to focus on was between 15 and 40 years old. So my question was based on what operating system is better, iOS or Android. And as we can see from the chart below, it shows here iOS or Android. So we end up with a result of 60 people voting that iOS was much better than Android, or they believe so, and 45 people went with Android, and the other 15 people they were just like, we don't know. So my second question within the survey was about what aspect of a mobile phone is your least concern. I gave them a choice, a price, availability, the phone life, like will it last longer or not. So I also included the same amount of people, 120 participants. They were both male and females, obviously aged from 15 to 40 again. So when I asked them what was the least people concerned about, was it a battery or the cost or the availability? So 20 people say that they went for the battery life, 55 went for the cost of the device. So it shows that people would pay more to get a much better specification, and 45 people went with availability. So after analyzing the data in my third survey, as you can see from this pie chart, it shows that 50% of the people prefer iOS and 37 people for Android, and 13% went with I don't know. In my second survey, it shows that 54% of the people, the least they care about is the availability, and 29% of the people care about the cost, and 17% the least they care about was the battery, which means that they wouldn't mind the availability, but they would mind everything else. So the two mobile phones I've been talking about are iPhone S6, 6S, and Galaxy S6. And here's an image showing the design. As we can see, the iPhone has a smooth edges, elegant design as well. Samsung looks a bit solid design. So my third question was, which phone has the better design? So iPhone has an elegant design and smooth edges, as we have seen from the picture. Galaxy has a strong heavy metal design. So when I asked the people within my survey, I got this result as shown. So 83 people voted that iPhone has the better design, over 17% have chosen Samsung Galaxy. So I've also conducted my interview with smartphone specialists. So I started the interview in the form of question and answers. So my approach was like, good afternoon, sir. In terms of operating system, could you please tell me what operating system Apple or Samsung uses? So the specialist answered me, well, in the case of Apple, they got their own operating system, which is known as iOS, and Samsung are using Android operating system, which is widely used by most phone companies nowadays. So okay, cool. Could you please tell us what phone got a better resolution in terms of watching movies or playing video games? The specialist answered me, I would go with Samsung Galaxy. The Samsung device has 1440 times 2560 pixels compared to the standard iPhone 6s, which has only 750 times 1334 pixels. According to these numbers, I would definitely say that Samsung Galaxy would be the dominant when it comes to watching movies or playing video games. Okay, great point. So do you have an iPhone or a Galaxy? So the specialist answered me, I have a Samsung Galaxy, but not for the sake of the resolution or anything. I just received it as a gift. So exchanging loves and so on. My next question was, if you had to choose between the two of them, which one would you go for and why? So the specialist answered me, in this case I'd go for an iPhone. The reason being, iPhone offers a wide range of applications, and most newly applications are to be first introduced in Apple. So another reason would be the simplified operating system compared to Samsung. I also kind of prefer iPhone design over Galaxy. So what my primary research shows, it shows that Apple's operating system is more favorable than Android's, and it also shows the least people care about is the cost. Phone's battery seems to be people's biggest concern. iPhone design is better than Galaxy. Most applications are featured on Apple. So moving on to my secondary research. So I conducted my secondary research using CNN Money, which they were comparing iPhone versus Android, which is better, and so on and so forth. So as we can see, iPhone 6, the advantage of iPhone Apple 6 was the operating system, as my primary research shows as well, and also popular apps launch first on iOS, and obviously award-winning design, but the cons was the shorter battery life than the S6, which is people most concerned, to be honest. And obviously they both don't have a micro SD slot. Moving to Samsung Galaxy S6, the advantages were huge Quad HD screen, as mentioned. It has a better resolution, almost twice the 6S. And also the design, it is built to last longer, and it has also a wireless charging. Cons was third-party apps can be less polished, and obviously no micro SD slot. So moving on, what my secondary research shows. It shows the advantage and disadvantage of both Apple and Samsung. It also shows a comparison on which is better. So does my primary relate to my secondary? Well, yes it does. The survey shows how the majority of people prefer iOS over Android, and it also shows the majority of people would choose battery life over the cost and availability. Phone prices are people's least concern, as they are happy to pay a lot for a good specs. So in the conclusion, I think iPhone is brilliant for an average and simple users, as it offers a very simplified operating system where everything could be accessed. Even a kid of 4 years old will be able to use a tablet and go to play games and so on. I think Galaxy is the right device to use when you are a fan of photography, or if you want to watch films or movies or anything. Because it has a better resolution, decent screen size, and so on. In my own experience, I think both devices are excellent and well structured. But if I had to choose, personally, I would go for an iPhone. It's not like for the sake I'm an iPhone fan or so on, but I believe the iPhone is an easier device to use. I've been using iPhone for quite a while now. It's been, I think, around 4 years. iPhone also offers excellent apps, and most newly apps are featured firstly on iPhone. So yeah, that's what I believe. Okay, so question and answer. Has anyone got a question?
Yes, I've got one question.
Khaled, ask.
Well, I'm a type of person that like to go out every day.
Okay.
And like to take photos of like new things and share of our social media. Like, which type of phones would you advise me to take?
Well, in case of photography and enjoying the natural views, I would suggest you go for Samsung. Samsung Galaxy has almost twice the resolution of an Apple iPhone, and it also has a 16 megapixel camera, which means that it's better in taking pictures and so on and so forth. So, any other questions?
No, thank you.
Alright, thank you very much. This is the end of my presentation. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you.